Hey guys, welcome back to Wide Right Bull Watch Edition, Episode 7. If I sound like I'm under the weather, I do apologize. I'm fighting off a cold. But, anyways, let's get to it. I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm calling this the Out of Time Edition because I've been busy this weekend. Anyways, to get things going, 3 wins, you're in the vicinity. 4 wins, you're in the ballpark. 5 wins, you're near the finish line. 6 wins, you're bowling. But if you're 7 wins because you're either Hawaii or playing 2 FCS teams that you beat, you're in. And of course, we're going to do the danger zone where if you're at 5 losses, you're pretty much almost going to be, you're pretty much going to be out of it, especially if you have between 5 to 8 losses. So let's get started. The American Athletic, we got Army and Navy, both at 5-0 on the edge of a bowl berth. At 5 wins, they're at the finish line. Tulane is 4-2, along with Charlotte, or actually along with North Texas, Memphis, all of whom are just 2 wins away. Charlotte, East Carolina, and they're also the ones that are in the vicinity with Tulane and Memphis in the ballpark, and North Texas. And in the danger zone, Temple, they need 3 more losses, and they're out of bowl contention. All right. In the ACC, we already have the second. In the ACC, we have the second team that's already going bowling in Miami, who are now 6-0. Clemson and SMU, or Virginia, Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Boston College are all in the ballpark, with Duke, Pitt, and SMU all just 1 win away from being bowl eligible. And Florida State, well, whoever gave them that win, it's a little bit of a pity because, hey, they kind of suck, man. And I just found out it was Cal that gave them that loss. But yeah, speaking of Cal, they, along with NC State and North Carolina, are all in the general vicinity. In the Big 12, you have... Hello. You have Texas Tech, BYU, and Iowa State, all within 1 win of going bowling. Colorado is in the ballpark. West Virginia is in the general vicinity. Kansas State is in the general vicinity, whereas Arizona State and Utah are both in the ballpark. Cincinnati and UCF, along with TCU and Oklahoma State, are in the vicinity, and Kansas is in danger of going down, along with Houston and Baylor. Well, Baylor and Houston are just out of the zone. They're just out. Then the Big Ten, Indiana became the first team to go bowling by, they just won 6 in a row. Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State are all 5-0, so they're probably going to go bowling soon. Washington, they got 2 wins to go because they're in the ballpark. Nebraska is at the finish line. Michigan is 2 wins away, so they're in the ballpark, along with Illinois and Rutgers. Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, USC, Michigan State, and Maryland, they're all in the general vicinity. Whereas Purdue and UCLA, I don't think they're going to go bowling. In Conference USA, you got Liberty in the ballpark. Sam Houston just 1 win away. Western Kentucky in the general vicinity. And both Kennesaw State and UTEP, a team that I like because they play at my favorite venue and bowl game, they're both in immediate danger of being, pretty much left out because they're 0-5, obviously. The Independency, Notre Dame, and UConn, both ready to go for a bowl berth, where Massachusetts is, they're pretty much not going to make it, unfortunately. In the MAC, you got Eastern Michigan and Toledo in the ballpark. Buffalo, Central Michigan, and Ohio in the general vicinity, along with Northern Illinois. And Kent State is not going to, well, Kent State I don't think is going to go bowling. Neither is Akron. In the Mountain West, you got San Jose State, Boise State, UNLV in the ballpark, with Fresno State in the general vicinity. In the Pac-12, both Oregon State and Washington are in the ballpark, so they're both going to go bowling. In the SEC, we got Texas A&M, Texas, and Ole Miss, just one win away, whereas LSU, Georgia, Arkansas, Missouri, and Tennessee, along with Alabama, Florida, or not Florida, and Oklahoma in the ballpark. And we have Vanderbilt, Florida, South Carolina, and Kentucky in the general vicinity. And of course, if you remember, this past weekend, Vanderbilt finally upset Alabama. And surprisingly, they're tied, but hey, I'm not complaining. And then in the Sun Belt, in the Eastern Division, Coastal Carolina and James Madison are both in the ballpark, where Georgia Southern, Marshall are both in the general vicinity. In the Western Division of the Sun Belt, we have Louisiana Monroe and Louisiana both in the ballpark, and Arkansas State and Texas State in the general vicinity. Well, next week I'll be back to my normal setup so I can do more work and do it properly, all right? See you next week.